nice to see some faces have come back from this morning. Which is good to know. Having said that, this morning's session went well, it was brilliant. It was about a topic which I've been involved in a very deep way for about 10, 12 years now. This will be slightly different. This morning I was giving out lots of information, lots of really great questions, lots of great chatting people were there. This one's more about giving you my take on sustainability and testing, but I'm not saying that it's right. This is a relatively new topic for me, as it is for most people. So I'm really hoping we can get some ideas, ways of improving what we're doing, maybe things that you can take away as well. So the agenda, I'll introduce myself, we'll have an introduction, and we'll talk about the 4 areas that we've identified as being important in sustainability and testing. Apologies to those who are here this morning, and you all met me yesterday, I think, anyway. So I've been in testing for an awfully long time, 35 years. I don't think I even thought about sustainability and testing until about 2 years ago. It just wasn't an issue. It wasn't something people spoke about, it wasn't something we looked at in the slightest. I realise that picture may not mean anything to people. That's Birmingham Town Hall where I'm from, just for your information. Having introduced myself, and apologies to the people here this morning, I'll ask you to introduce yourselves one by one. Just name and where you're from, and perhaps this time whether you've done anything with sustainability and testing. If the answer is no, just say no. That's fine, perfectly acceptable. But if it is a particular interest, if it's something you've looked at over if it's something you've looked at in your own time, just let me know. Because as I say, I'm relatively new to this, so I may hand over to you to take those. We'll start in the wrong place again. Start here if that's okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Frankish. I'm new to the sustainability of software testing.
Hello, my name is Frank. I'm from
Everyone, my name is
So there's a pattern here.
Hi everyone, my name is Malaysian. I was in the software industry for 15 years, and within these 3 years I slowly moved to operation, and now I'm in the HR.
Hello, my name is Andrew from KLCC, and I have no idea how sustainability can fit in software testing.
Fine. So that makes 2 of us.
Hi, I'm Kiki. I'm from Experimentus, and I'm also new to the system.
Hi everyone, I'm Sue. I'm from PNG Digital. I'm here to learn about how we can better control in terms of the test cases and models.
Thank you. Okay. We'll go.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Ami. I'm here to learn about sustainability as well, but I think sustainability also means we have low maintenance of maintaining our plastics. So yeah, that's my take.
Hi everyone, I'm Rinko. I'm Laila from Experimentus. So I've been in the SKA since I entered here. So about 16 to 17 years. So just being assigned to test processing for almost 3 years. So looking forward to see some new idea for test improvement and also sustainability.
Hi, I'm Zahid. I'm from Fusion. My HR is here. So I'm here basically to learn more about the sustainability.
I'm Wilfred from Kuala, Malaysia. So I don't have much info about sustainability testing. That's why I signed up for this talk. Looking forward to that. No problem.
Hello, I'm Diana from Swift. like the rest as well. And we look forward to know what other things for sustainability.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anwar. I'm from KLCC, so I don't know anything about sustainability.
My plan of getting a load of help out of this is beginning to look a bit shaky.
Hi, I'm Richard from Orstel. Yeah, about sustainability, I guess. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Fu from KL. Since this one, look forward to more details.
Thank you.
Hello, hi, good afternoon. My name is Nick from EKF as well. Also don't know anything about sustainability, but I think your titles are driving efficiency and environmental responsibility. So really looking forward to learning about that as well.
Yeah, okay, great.
My name is Hidayat. I'm an IT consultant, and I also do any
I'm Mimi, also from IT consultant. I came to the consulting because I heard about it before, but I know it a bit. I wish to know it more.
Hi, I'm Haris from Malaysian. I also don't have anything about sustainability at all.
Yeah, my name is Kuala and I'm from Organised. So I think my company, you also know something sustainability or not, but let's figure out in this session because I also don't have idea, but I think that we are using CSC pipeline, so it's some kind of supporting sustainability.
I'm Sanjeev, about 13 years of experience in testing. I'm currently in EasyPay. In all those years, I also never heard anything about it.
Later arrivals, I think. Scott, can you introduce yourself? And I think one more over there, so you don't get away with it. You just introduce yourself. I think so.
Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ajin Khalid. I come from PM Services and Media Services, formerly known as Telecom Malaysia. The testing and practice.
Perfect. Thank you. It's just good to know where people are from, and none of you apparently making one exception and much about sustainability testing. So I'm just making this up as I go along, which is great. Tremendous. An introduction, firstly, to sustainability testing. We have ESG, many organisations implement ESG frameworks, which are environmental, social and governance frameworks. Obviously social and governance speak for themselves. We're looking for freedom of association, equal opportunity, child labour, exploitation, etc., etc. So people decide not to do that kind of thing. Governance looks at business ethics, compliance, set up boards and look at executive compensation, etc. So that's the S and the G, but we're really interested in environmental. So lots of big organisations are committed to looking into a climate change strategy, looking at their biodiversity, looking at saving water, looking at energy efficiency, carbon intensity, and environmental management systems. So it's important, not only on the ground, but this is a real board-level concern at the moment for many organisations. What's the problem? Some of these figures are a little bit out of date, and they've probably increased since we first put this together. It's an organisation called GoCode.green, and they put together this some time ago, let's say. So the share of ICT in global greenhouse emissions is now 4%, and it's increasing rapidly. And address the elephant in the room immediately. AI isn't going to help that. So the massive amounts of processing power that AI requires is probably going to increase that more as it continues. Data centres consume about 3% of global electricity and 2% of greenhouse gas emissions. So they're fairly high numbers when you think about everything else that happens in the world. With that growth rate of 9%, the share of ICT may reach 20% of total electricity consumption within 5 years. time we do any computing, we are adding precision. Just a few more things. I won't read all of those out, but things like this song, which I'm far too old to know, this is know it. Driver's license, 4,180 tonnes of CO2 emissions in a year, just through streaming that song through Spotify. So how do we introduce sustainable practices into our software testing? First thing to say, don't compromise quality. It's a very, very easy way to cut down our computing use in testing, and that's just stop testing. Or just do a lot less testing. We're not suggesting that anybody do that. We have to balance quality with our sustainability concerns. We're looking at efficiency, so things that have always been good practice are now even more relevant. So you'll see when we look at test process, driving efficiency in test process, that's always been good practice, but we now look at it through the green lens, and it becomes even more important. Except that some areas might be out of the test team's control. So you may not, as a test team, in fact almost certainly won't have any control over a number of factors that are going into your greenhouse gas emissions. So you may well have no way of influencing where your organisation buys its electricity from. Does it buy it from an organisation that produces sustainable energy or not? They're not out of control, but you can talk about them, so you can raise the visibility of those areas. And I first did something around this at a conference in Bilbao last year, and I found out that it doesn't have to be rocket science. So I think one of the things that puts people off talking about sustainability is that it's quite difficult. There's a lot to it, it's very difficult. But there are actually some really simple things that we can do that will help. And they don't need to be rocket science. If you remember at the start, we talked about test process, test environments, housekeeping and measurement. So we'll just look at test process. And this is where I want a little bit of help from you. So you all work with test processes. You all have a set of test processes that you work with. Can you just stop, consider, reflect on those processes, and identify and document any areas of that process that you believe can contribute to sustainability improvements? So what are you doing? What within your test processes can you change, can you look at in order to help with sustainability issues? I bet you all wish I asked you to say just your name and get that, because that's the easy bit. This is a little bit more difficult, but take a while. Let's take 14 minutes. It's taken 3 o'clock. Have a think about it, and we'll try and go around the room and see what people have got to say. This is specifically with regard to test